It's like it's almost late over here, you know. It's like after dark talk, you know. Fuck me.
After the riffs.
Riffs
Anyways,
recocked.
calm down, Nick. Calm down.
Okay,
All
I'll calm
right.
down. I'll do my best.
Do your best. People are
I will.
watching. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Riffs Reloaded. I am your host, Willie, along with my co host and my brother, Nick. What's up, bro?
What's going on, dude? Another banger of an episode. I can feel it.
Another banger. Before we get into it, yes, if you've been here for a while, if you are a subscriber and you have been watching our content, we are no longer Riffs and Wrestling. We have decided to drop the wrestling and focus solely on the heavy metal, hard rock, and everything in between. So if you are a new listener, we are Riffs Reloaded, and you can find us on all social media, X, Instagram, here on Spotify, or here on YouTube and on Spotify at Riffs Reloaded. No longer Riffs and Wrestling. So Riffs Reloaded is our new name, where we bring you all types of heavy metal content.
It's funny how we dropped the wrestling, but yet I'm wearing a wrestling T-shirt.
I noticed that too. Oh, thank you, Nick.
Yeah, I'm fucking autistic over here.
So what are we doing today, bro?
Today, dude, we got a fucking banger of an episode. This is something that you and I have been talking about doing for a while now, and we are going to do our top 5 bands in folk/Viking metal. This was a tougher list to put together than we thought it was originally going to be, but we managed to do it, and now we're bringing it out to the fucking masses. And whether you agree, disagree, whatever the fuck, comment down below. Let us know your opinions and drop your top 5 Viking/folk metal bands, if you would.
Yeah, man, we did a couple top 5 in the past, and they were pretty fucking fun to do. And you can check those out here. I'll link them here above. Go check those out.
Above
But
here?
might be over there.
There. There?
Over there.
Here.
Yep, right there.
Some fucking where. It'll be
Yep.
somewhere.
Yep. Click on it. Go watch it. Come on back. Click on this one. Entertain us. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. And yeah, dude, this, like you said, this list was hard, bro. I mean, not hard in the sense of like trying to find bands. It's hard in the sense of picking just 5 because there's a lot of bands to choose from.
That's what I was gonna say too. It's not so much that it was, you know, 5 bands like to pick out of thin air. I mean, there's a shit ton of Viking and folk metal bands out there. Some are like a name only, I would say. Some are good, but a lot of them are decent, and that's what was hard is trying to like
Yep.
narrow those bigger ones down to just 5. I mean, it was fun, but it was hard to do.
Yeah, and just talk about my list real quick before we get into it. Majority of my list is stuff that is the bands that I go back to listen to the most. Um, if you would go back and ask me 10 years ago to make a list, it would be completely different. But my list is more so what I go back to now and listen to.
Yeah, it's about similar to what mine is too. I got some old school favorites on here. I got some bands that I would go back and listen to as well, and then I've also got some bands on my list too that are just fucking impossible to make a list without including some of these bands.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, this should be a fucking fun one, man. You want to jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Let's have you go first. What's your number 5, bro?
Okay, my number 5, dude, is a band that I don't get. Excuse me, I don't think gets enough love in the whole folk metal scene, and you can't have a fucking top 5 folk/Viking metal band list, without my pick at number 5. All the way from Helsinki, fucking Finland, we got the Finnish fucking trolls. We're talking Finn Troll. Finn
Damn
Troll is
right.
going to kick off my list at number 5. Why? Because they're campy, they're hard hitting, they're fun as fuck, and my god, they dress like fucking trolls, dude.
Dude, they
I
do,
mean,
man.
what more could you ask for? Dude, started in 1997 from fucking Finland, dude. Finn Troll is still putting out good shit today. Their previous singer had a tumor on his fucking vocal cords, which prevented him from going further within the band. So they had to reach out to a different singer, brought that guy in, and they're still rock and rolling, banging out good shit, dude. And I mean, I can't have a fucking top 5 list without including Finn Troll. Their fucking album, Jakenstin, was one of my favorite like folk metal albums of all time. and I had to include Fintroll on my list. There's no way I couldn't do it.
Yep. I completely agree, bro. Fintro is one of the OGs of fucking metal, bro. And I didn't have them on my list, but I definitely had them as a mention at the end. Because you can't just not mention Fintro. Like you said, they have to be on the fucking list somewhere. And just brilliant, bro. Fucking, they collaborated with different artists throughout their fucking career so far, and it's just they're a blast of fucking here, bro. Good pick.
Yeah, and it's a band too that I don't think a lot of people gravitate towards when they talk about this genre of metal, unfortunately. And I would
No.
like to see more Fintroll tours, man. You know, it's like I know
Yeah.
they do a bunch of festivals over in the European side of the world, and I get that everybody goes over there and does the big tours, but or big festivals. I would like to see them do one full big ass tour with some of the other possible names that we might mention on our list here.
Right.
But get Fintroll back out there in the spotlight, man, and get more eyeballs and ears on that band, dude. They deserve it.
Yeah, man. Once in a while, a lot of folk metal bands tend to come to the States like once every fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
And usually they throw like one band in there that hasn't been, and that one band next time should be fucking Control.
Yeah, I mean, the United States has always been a hard market to crack, especially when it comes to that style of
Yep.
music, you know, that style of metal. But I mean, anytime that these bands come over here and do a tour, they always seem to skip my neck of the woods, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
the Fintroll is a band that I would definitely go out of my way within a reasonable amount of time to go see, dude. I need to see me some Fintroll live, dude. But I think they're a solid pick at number 5 on my list.
Yeah, I agree, and they have a different sound too. A lot of folk metal bands, a lot of them can sound very, very similar,
Yeah, it's like
and I
power
don't
metal.
know. Yeah, exactly, and I don't know what they do, if it's the sound of their production or the way that they fucking play, but they have a very unique sound, and I think that is overlooked, honestly.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna butcher this word, but their style is in a. I'll just take it right here. Is Finnish folk music called humpa?
Mm,
I guess I'm saying it right, humpa, which makes them sound different than some of the other folk metal bands out there. Because
that makes
I
sense.
wouldn't say like they don't, because they definitely do have their typical blast beats and all that bullshit
Sure.
that a lot of the other bands play. But when they get down to sounding so much different, like that's why you have Yachten so much, dude, is
Yep.
because that album wasn't your typical folk metal album where it was just like heavy in every fucking song. You know what I mean? It had the accordion, it had some other weird shit mixed in with it too,
Yep.
and it's like they had all these different folk environments brought
Yes.
into the sound, and it really made it pop. It
Yes.
really made them stand out from some of the other bands, especially
Right.
at the time frame that they were doing this, man.
Yeah, man. I completely agree. There's two bands that come to mind that have. I love bands that use a traditional style of music that they're from, and they incorporate it into what they're doing now, because it just generates a whole new style, honestly. And there's two bands that are on my list that I'll get to that have a similar approach to it. They took something that was already a traditional style, and they just kind of upgraded it. It's pretty cool.
Interested to see what bands fall on your list for sure, but that's my number 5, fucking Fentrol.
Perfect pick, dude. Good way to start out the fucking top
Damn
five, man.
straight.
So my number 5 is a band that I think they get overlooked as well. And they come all the way from a little island called the Faroe Islands, and
Ooh.
that band is Tyr, Viking fucking giants, dude.
Yeah.
Viking metal giants, dude.
Yep. We were kind of talking beforehand about some of the bands that are on our list, so we don't know what total number of bands, all the bands that are on each other's list, but Tyr is one of them that we were talking about, and Tyr was going to be on my list too, but I took them off because I don't want to have the same list. Obviously, that's just not good conversation.
Yep.
So they will be on my honorable mentions only because I didn't want them to have on my list as well. But Tyr are really good. Have you seen Tyr live?
I was lucky enough to see Tyr twice.
Okay, I've seen Tyr once. They opened up for Death Angel when they came through my neck of the woods,
Yep.
and they were fucking phenomenal, dude. Hold the Heathen Hammer High live, dude, was fucking
Yep.
amazing. They bring the energy, dude. The only thing I don't like is their whole killing of the whales shit that they do over there, but that's
Oh
for
yeah.
a different topic for a different time.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Tyr is a very fucking strong, powerful fucking Viking metal dude band,
Yep.
and I love me some Tyr.
Dude, you can't go wrong with fucking Tyr. And they're also a band that has changed their style from their first four albums. After
Yeah,
that, they completely did a kind of a 180 and kind of went the more traditional heavy metal style instead of
yeah,
these long drawn out songs,
yep,
which I think was a good fit for them because it kind of brought more eyes on them after that. Because fucking their 2009 album, By the Light of the Northern Star, that album just skyrocketed and really made everyone look at him. But I think it's also cool that you have a band that can play two different styles and incorporate it pretty fucking well. They do a
yep.
really good job of what they fucking do, and it's nice if you don't want to listen to these long drawn out songs, which are great. You can go to their later albums and listen to more of a headbanging fucking riff.
And not only that too, but Tyr is one of the few bands in the genre that doesn't have like a growl vocal. You know
Yep.
what I mean? They have a more of like of a traditional singing type voice, more of like a traditional voice from like the pagan,
Yep.
folkish fucking eras of their
Yeah, man.
respective countries. You know what I mean? And so it's like it's a nice, fresh approach to the fucking Viking metal genre, dude, where it's not just the typical growl and scream, which don't get me wrong, I
Yep.
love, but it's also nice to
Right.
have that other side of the coin too.
Yeah, it's they're definitely a outcast in that look. But yeah, I mean, talk about folk metal. They're from a fucking island and all they play is folk fucking metal. So like you can't have a folk metal list without fucking Tear on it.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost like fucking saying, I'm gonna have a fucking thrash metal album or top five and I have fucking Slayer on it. You know what I mean? It's like
Exactly.
I think Tyr is another band like Fintroll that I don't think get the respect that they deserve within the metal community. Unfortunately, there's some bigger bands out
Yep.
there that kind of take the spotlight away from said bands, but I definitely
Yeah.
think that Tyr can hold their own against anybody when it comes to Viking metal.
Yeah, man. And they really tell a story with their fucking Viking you know, blood. Like that's where they're fucking from. And it's cool that they incorporate like everything that they grew up with and tell a story with it. I think it's brilliant.
Yep, I agree too, dude. There's another band too that I would like to see them come back around my neck of the woods because I would love to see them. When I saw them, they were openers. I want to see them at headliners.
I agree. Me too. That'd be fucking epic. But yeah,
Who'd you see them open for?
I think it was Death Angel as well. And then I saw them one other time. I think they opened for Warbringer. It was a
Interesting.
Warbringer show, and they opened for them.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah,
That would have been a fun show to go to. Talk about two different styles.
exactly. Yeah, it was like that was fucking over 10 years ago now. But yeah, that was a great show.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing when we saw them Tyr open up for Death Angel too. It's like two different styles. You got the thrash of Death
Exactly.
Angel, and you got the Viking metal of Tyr. But
Mhm.
I mean, metal's metal, dude. Fucking, you gotta love
Yep.
it, dude. Gotta love it.
Hell, fuck yeah.
All right,
All right, bro.
cool. So we got strong choices to kick off our list at number five, dude, with fucking
I know,
Fintroll
man.
and Tyr.
Where can
We
I
can
go from
only,
here?
I know, right? Like, where do we go from here? This one, I think, is going to kind of blow you away a little bit with this
Okay.
pick here. It's a band that I don't talk about often, but see, here's the thing. I love me some fucking folk metal and some Viking metal, but it's not the style of metal that I will gravitate towards the most. I have to
Yeah.
be in a certain mood and a certain, place in my head to go to, but I definitely got to put these guys on my list, dude. Coming in at number four, a very, very strong, very underrated Viking metal band, dude, from fucking Sweden. We're gonna talk about Thirfing, bro.
Hell yeah. Good pick. Good
Fucking
fucking pick.
Thirfing, dude. From 1995 till now, they are still banging it out, dude. They are still making the heavy shit, dude, and bringing that folk environment, that fucking Viking environment into their fucking sound, dude. And they are heavyweight titans, in my opinion, dude, in the genre. And they bring the energy every time live on stage, dude. The fucking musicianship is just incredible, out of this
Yep.
world. The storytelling that they do in their songs, all their fucking songs have some sort of a fucking deep roots into their fucking lore, where they're from, you know what I mean, and the storytelling. And it's just like there's not a bad thing that you can say about Thirfing, dude.
No, that's a strong fucking pick, bro. They're also one of those bands that don't have a folk metal sound, or like, I'm sorry, a traditional Viking metal sound. They kind of play on a lot of like a black metal sounding riffs too, which
Yep.
is pretty interesting. And like you said, they don't get enough love at all. Maybe because most of their shit isn't, known or it isn't played as often as other bands because they're from Sweden, right? Yep. So
Yes,
like, how many fucking bands are from fucking Sweden? A
like
lot.
a
So like,
lot. Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, they kind of got lost in the fucking shuffle, especially being their first album came out in fucking '98. Like
yeah,
all Swedish fucking metal bands
yep.
came out in '98. So
I know.
unfortunately, they got lost in the shuffle. But yeah, like you said, dude, just fucking a beast of a band.
And that's another sad thing too about when it comes to talking about metal here in the states too is, there's not a fucking metal channel on the fucking regular radio station on your fucking car on your FM dial. You know what I mean? That's gonna play shit
Right.
like this. And when MTV revitalized Headbangers Ball back in the early 2000s, it was cool to see them bring it back, but they were playing a lot of the more commercial shit from places like Sweden. You had like In Flames, Soilwork, Arch Enemy. You had those bands
Yeah.
that, don't get me wrong, a lot of those bands have good shit, but there's also bands from Sweden, like a fucking Thing, like from fucking
Mm-hmm.
Finland, like Fintroll, that you could have introduced to the American audience, but they chose not to. Because why? Because they're on the fringes, man. They're
Yep.
heavy enough to stay true, but they're also fucking more into their lore to bring that fucking fantasy side into their fucking music as
Right.
well. But the way they incorporate everything, dude, and again, that fucking energy on stage. If you haven't seen any live footage of Thing on the stage, please do yourself a favor and go to YouTube and look up Thing live. You'll be fucking pleasantly surprised that you did.
Yeah, man. I couldn't have said it fucking better.
That's a band that needs to do a full blown US tour.
And yeah, I agree. They're also a band that doesn't change their style to cater to
No,
fans, right?
not
They
at all.
don't change their style to get more airways or fucking plays. They're like, we're here to play exactly what we're gonna do, and they've been doing that ever since they started.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck, dude. They kind
No.
of remind me of Watain of sorts, that they're so
Yeah.
raw in their fucking playing and in their style of playing that they do. The genre of metal that they're in.
Yep.
They're so raw, but yet so fucking good and so brilliant in the way that they incorporate everything into that fucking sound, dude, and into that just the
Exactly.
band itself, dude. The imagery, everything.
Yeah, dude. And I don't know. I think I was not expecting that to be on your fucking list, and
Told you you're gonna have a couple bangers on here. They're totally what?
I'm so glad you put that on your fucking list because they deserve to be talked about. They really
Yes, they
fucking
do.
do.
Yeah. So everybody that's watching this video right now, go run to their official YouTube page and like that shit up.
Yep, they fucking need to. They deserve it.
You deserve
Um,
it. I agree.
Damn. So that was your number 4, huh?
Yep. What a strong 5 and 4, huh? What are you bringing to the table,
Shit.
buddy?
Oh, I'm bringing another strong one
Oh
to
fuck.
the list. So
I
my
like
number
it when you get
4,
strong.
Nick. Again, wrong fucking
Fucking my
podcast,
bad,
dude.
dude. It's like it's almost late over here, it's like after dark talk, fuck me.
After the rips.
Riffs
Anyways,
recocked.
calm down, Nick. Calm down.
Okay,
All
I'll calm
right.
down. I'll do my best.
Do your best. People are
I will.
watching.
I know. You're blushing over there too.
It's just fucking hot in here. All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm mega hot, that's why.
I'm going to move on now.
Yes, please
So
do already. What the fuck are we doing?
my number 4 is another fucking giant in the folk metal genre, and it is another one from the land of Finland, and that is Insufferum.
Yes,
Can't have
sir.
another. You can't have a list. We're gonna say this with every band, but Insufferum is another legendary folk metal band, and they've been lucky enough to kind of bridge the gap or break through to where people know them now. I was lucky enough to see them for the first time this year, and I have to say I've seen a couple folk metal bands in my time, and they're probably in the top 3 of live
Nice.
bands. They put on a hell of a show. They fucking come in, they play everything that you want them to fucking play and more. I was surprised, and yeah, they're just a fucking giant, bro.
When you saw them live, were they dressed up in like their garb that they always wear in the videos and shit?
Yep. They're dressed up. They had the fucking face paint. They had the stage presence alone was what drew you in. If you didn't know them and they got on stage, a lot of folk metal bands can be very very fucking cheesy, and they did not represent that part of folk metal. They represented more of like a Viking folk, where
Mhm.
they came on stage and they're like, you're gonna know our name by the time that we leave, and you did.
So it wasn't like going to a Renaissance fair.
No, it was not.
No
Thank
offense to the Renaissance
God.
people, we love you. It's a joke.
No, yeah, but no, they put on a hell of a show, and they're just a fucking folk metal beast, dude.
And Saphira is one of those bands too that are fucking heavy as shit, and they know how to stylize it in a way where it's not over the top, it's not beat you over the head with it. You know what I mean? Where they bring the heaviness, but they can also incorporate the folk and Viking style with the imagery and with the lyrics and everything to like meld it into one and just make it like this
Yep.
big ball of beautiful fucking heavy metal goodness.
Yeah, dude, and they tell a fucking story so fucking good. I mean, every album is a storytelling fucking album, and even down to their latest album, their last two albums were okay. They weren't the best, but it's still bangers, and you can't go wrong with their first couple albums, dude. Fucking self-titled Instaferum in 2001, they debuted with. Then you have Iron, then you have Victory Songs, then you have From Afar, Unsung Heroes. I mean, it just goes on the fucking list, dude. And the whole album is a fucking banger. It takes you on a fucking journey, just how folk metal should be. Folk metal should not be boring. If a folk metal band is boring, they fuck them. They should not be fucking boring, and
Didn't
they're not boring.
Insaphirum have a song called like Bard's Tale or Bard's Place or something like that? If memory serves correct.
Um, I'm
From
sure
like
they fucking
I think
did.
it was like that third album that you just named off of. If I'm not mistaken, but they
Um,
had a badass song by like
maybe.
a similar song title to that. But that
Yeah.
was like my I don't want to say it was my introduction into Instaferum, but it's like when I really started to like really pay attention to them a little bit more than what I had in the past. And from
Yeah.
then on, I was just instantly hooked, dude. It's like I think Instaferum is a band that could definitely, with the proper, um, what's the right word, with the proper fucking advertisement, I think
Yep.
Instaferum could do a full blown US tour in a hard market
Yep.
like the United States and fucking really do really well over here.
I think so too, bro. I think if bands like that came out of Sweden, like fucking In Flames, right? If In Flames could blow up, Instaferum could fucking blow up.
Yeah, I agree.
Easy.
I
Easy.
agree. In Flames is a little bit more easy to digest if you're a casual hard rock slash heavy metal fan, whereas Instaferum, you kind of like
Yeah.
got to ease into a band like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I could definitely see where somebody who gets their start on In Flames can slowly gravitate towards a band like Instaferum. You know what I mean?
Yep. I
To
agree.
where it's heavy enough, but still on the backside of that, it's a band that you can really relate to if you get into that folklore, if you get into the fucking fantasy that they bring to the table. It's a
Yep.
band that can be easily digested.
Yeah, man. And there's just nothing bad you can say about them. They deliver exactly what you want them to fucking deliver, and just them live, man. Just them live. If you were just like, okay, they're good, and then you saw them live, you would become more of a fan because of how well they put on the show.
I agree. That's a band that I have yet to see because, again, in my neck of the woods over here, nobody likes to come through here.
Yep.
But hopefully, one of these days soon, I will get the chance to see a band like Instaferum, dude, because I've been itching and scratching to
Yep.
see them for a long fucking time.
Yep. A must. It's a fucking must. But yeah, that was my number 4. Fuck, dude, this fucking list is fucking
I know.
heavy already.
I know, dude. Like, where do we go from here, brother? So, for my number 3, this one is going to be a mind fuck for a lot of people. A lot of the people listening to this right now or watching this here on YouTube might not know who this next band is, but after I introduce you to them, do yourself a favor and go out and take a listen, especially if you're a fan of folk slash Viking metal. The band that I'm going to bring up, the certain individual that I'm going to bring up, is none other than Vintersorg.
Ooh.
And Vintersorg is helmed by Andreas Hedlund, and he is Swedish, and he's a multi-instrumental, multi-every fucking thing. The dude does everything within a metal band.
Yeah.
He's got bands like Otig, which a lot of people don't know from the early 90s, mid-90s. Otig, Vintersorg, of course, and Borknagar, who was a big part of Borknagar, who is going to be on my honorable mentions list, by the way.
Yep.
This guy is a very unsung hero when it comes to the folk Viking metal genre, especially over there in the Scandinavian countries. This guy gets overlooked a lot. Vintersorg as a band gets overlooked a lot. Borknagar gets overlooked a lot as well. And Otig, OTYG, if you haven't already checked that band out,
Yep.
please do yourself a favor and enjoy some of that shit. But this dude is fucking I'm talking about Andreas Hedlund. This dude is like fucking he's so fucking great. He reminds me of fucking Peter Tagtrin from fucking Hypocrisy, dude. Like
Oh yeah.
multi-talented on every facet, dude. A producer, songwriter, a musician, a vocalist. I mean, this guy can fucking do it all, dude. And Winter Sorg, man, please do yourself a favor and go check out Winter Sorg. Please do yourself a favor and go check out Bortnagar and Otig, and you will not be disappointed in doing so. Trust me.
No, man, and you're definitely playing again along with the black and folk metal, Viking
Yep.
metal take on things, which I fucking love. I think it's a very, 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 very different style because a lot of black metal bands actually hate folk metal.
Yep.
So I mean, for him to kind of blend the two styles together is it's a brilliant fucking move because they go so well together. They
They
so
do.
go so well together. And
Yep.
then you also mentioned that they're from Sweden, and what did we just say about Swedish bands?
How many of them are there?
How many are there, right? And again, this is another one that doesn't get enough attention because of all the bands that came out in Sweden. And again, what year was their first fucking album? 98.
Yep. Exactly.
Again, same story, same
Yep.
fucking story. And it's very unfortunate, but at the same time, it's kind of fucking cool because we get to go back and find all these bands from the same country and from the same time and explore a completely different side of all these popular bands that have coming out has come out at the same time in the same place. It's pretty
Yep.
cool.
And also think about this too. How many of the younger generation of metal fans out there that are just getting their feet wet in the metal might be taking a listen to this podcast and would never heard of a Winter Sorg or an Insufirm or a Fintroll or a Tear. And now because
Yep,
they've heard it here, they're going to go out and check out these fucking bands. And boom, now you got a new generation of fans for these incredible, wonderful fucking bands, dude. But
dude.
I want to see a resurgence of Winter Sorg. I want to see a resurgence of Otig. I want to see a
Yep.
resurgence of that style of folk slash Viking metal, dude, to
Yeah.
where it was so on the fringe. Like you said, it was like a blackened folkish kind of like, right there on the
Yep.
cusp. You know what I mean? I would like to see a resurgence of that sound come back too, because I think that's what's missing right now in that genre of metal is that exploring on the fringes. Like, do we take it a little bit too far or do we take a step back?
Yep.
Like, I think we need to bring that back, dude, and like really shake things up. Because right now, I got to be honest with you, the state of metal right now is shit, and a
It
lot of the
is.
shit that's coming out like brand new is shit. Like it's all rehashed garbage, copy paste bullshit.
Yep.
So I would like to see a resurgence of these older sounds. A lot of these older bands come back and give it a kick in the ass, dude, that the metal community needs right now.
Yeah, or just come back and teach a new generation about it because I think the generation that is coming up now are stuck in a certain bubble. The bubble will not break. And like you said, it's the same sound. They're using, fake instruments too, which fucking sucks.
Yep.
And it's very, very sad because music has seems like the art of music is going downhill. And like you said, if these bands would come back and kind of fucking uplift the spirits
Yeah.
and be like, hey, you don't got to be stuck in this one little section,
Yeah.
dude. There's so much you could branch out with. So
Yep.
much.
And it's incredible too, man, because if you go back and look at a lot of these bands like Winter Sorg here, who is one man that does a lot within the band. Same thing can be said with Varg Vikernes from fucking Burzum, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And so many others too. It's like these guys were multi-talented in different instruments and in different styles of playing. Whereas nowadays you got these new bands that all they do is use a fucking, program on their PC and think that they're fucking musicians, you know what I
Yep.
mean? And it's the same
Exactly.
rehashed fucking program drum sound, dude, that every fucking band has. It's disgusting.
Yep.
To where if you go back 25, 30 years and you listen to some of this older stuff, you get a different appreciation for it, man, because it is so fresh sounding at the time. But you go
Yep.
back and listen to it now and it still sounds fresh because no one's doing this fucking style. You
Not
know
at
what I mean?
all.
Nothing modern is sounding like this, dude. So bring this shit
Nope.
back, please. Go flood Venture Sour's official YouTube channel too. Fuck it.
Yeah, bro. I think if these bands got enough highlight nowadays, right? I think the states would fucking latch onto it because back then the states didn't care. The states cared about fucking, you
Backstreet
know,
Boys, NSYNC, especially 98. You know what I mean?
yeah. So like the states did not give a fuck. But I think now is a very special time and it's a very important time for metal. And I think if this style was introduced more to the states now, I think it would have a bigger effect.
Yep, I agree. And I'm a fan. I can't say big, but I'm a fan of Spotify. But I'm a bigger fan of SiriusXM, and I have both. And I gotta say that I am very disappointed in both of them when it comes to bringing out the older metal, because if you listen to the new metal playlist on fucking, I'm not talking about new metal and you metal, I'm not talking about that, like the newer today's metal
Yep.
fucking quotations, it's
Right.
all the same bullshit, same sounding garbage. And if you go over and listen to Sirius XM's liquid metal, yeah, they got some shit in there that they'll throw in rotation, like the new Cannibal Corpse, new Deicide. Yeah, great. But 99% of it is the same fucking shit that you hear everywhere the fuck else. So it's like, how about we bring a channel in and really push the channel of some of
Yeah.
these older bands like the Winter Swords, the Tears, the Insuferums, the
Right.
Fintrolls, and get them some love, dude, because these are the guys that paved the way for a lot of these other bands that are playing now. Like, say, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, fucking Volbeat from fucking Denmark, right? It's like they have a heavy fucking sound, but if it wasn't for bands like these, they probably wouldn't be around. You know what I mean? So we need
No.
to show some love back to these guys, these bands, dude, that really, put it on the fucking map to make this shit sound cool. And it'd be cool to be a fucking metalhead, dude, because you
Yep.
do not have this shit sounding like this right now in today's modern age, and it's sad, dude.
No, not at
I'm
all.
getting off my fucking soapbox.
No, it needs to be fucking said. And I think there's a lot of closeted fucking metalheads, dude, that don't even know, like they're not like awakened to different styles yet. And I think once they are, they fucking love it. Like there's so many people that have like a metal in like one little fucking, spectrum,
Yep.
and it shouldn't be like that. And they have no idea that there's so much out there. And like you said, if you had a channel that promoted different types of metal, dude, it could be endless because that
Yep.
channel could blow up. There's so many fucking kinds of metal out there, and
Yep.
it's so easy to fucking just promote
Yep.
it.
Yep. And if this episode reaches across the pond over there and we got some of you viewers out there in Sweden, Norway, Denmark, you name it, drop us a comment, man, and let us know below. Like, is this style of music still, all the rage over there too? As it kind of like moved on to more of the modern metal sound, which in my opinion sucks. But if you're over there taking a listen to the show, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. Because I mean, these guys are from your neck of the woods, you know what I mean? And a lot of these great bands are still, trying to hold it their own and still trying to get it together in today's day and age, man. But my God, dude, it's just like
Yep.
some of these guys, man, deserve a lot more than what they get handed to them. I gotta say that.
Yep. And kudos for them to keep putting out fucking albums, even though not many people know of them.
Yeah,
No.
agreed. Agreed. That's what makes the metal community so great, dude. Is it is such a, especially the underground metal community. It's so small and tight knit, but yet we all fucking try to. I should say we can't all do it, but we try to support each other in any way that we can. And please go out there and flood these guys' YouTube
Yep.
channel, Bortnagar, Otig, Ventursor. Listen to it all.
Fucking strong ass picks we got, bro. That's a good one too.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck. We're not even halfway, bro. Fuck. But yeah, with
You're
all that
number
being
three, sir.
said, let's go on to my number three, bro. Fucking all the way from Germany. These guys are
Ooh,
from Germany, all right? And
Rammstein.
if you don't like songs that are over 10 minutes long, you're not gonna like this band.
Oh,
Because this band is the mighty Finster Force.
Finster fucking Force. I dig it, brother. I dig it.
Dude, the artistry of these guys are incredible. Talking about laying out a fucking soundtrack for an album, these guys knows how to put together a song and to keep it entertaining, especially if you like instrumental and you like different instruments, and it's drawn out and it tells you a story and it's not just like in your face 3 minutes in and out. You're gonna love these fucking guys. And these guys are also another band that is obviously overlooked, right? But there's also another band that does not tour. These guys are strictly a studio album band. They only do albums. They don't tour. They make the album, put it out, and we buy it. That's all they fucking do. And I had to put these in the middle. I had to put these guys in the middle of my list just because of what I said. The artistry that they give you, nobody else does it, especially when they have like 10, 12 minute songs, and the fucking journey doesn't end and you don't want it to end. it's,
Yeah.
it's a great fucking band.
And it's a newer band too in this genre of metal too. They started what 2004, I think it was that they came out somewhere around that area.
First album says '07, but yeah.
No 07.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it right here from Napalm Records on YouTube. My favorite Finster Force song, Mach dich frei. If you
Mm-hmm.
haven't checked out that song, do yourself a favor. But what a disgusting number. 2.8 million views in 10 years' time. I
Yep.
was blasting this motherfucker when this song debuted 10 years ago. When I
Same.
had actual speakers in my fucking living room and I wasn't half deaf in my fucking left ear, I was blasting this shit every Friday and Saturday night, dude. They
Yep.
are a very underrated fucking band. And I think when you think of German metal, you obviously think of Creator, Sodom, Destruction, Tankard, and probably even Rammstein, which I threw out there at the beginning. I don't think you quite heard it when you were introducing this band. But nonetheless, Finsterforce is another band from Germany that I don't think it's enough credit and love. As you said, the
Nope.
musicianship is on par. They still have that newer sound that's not overly done like a lot of these newer bands, but at the same time, they still have those throwbacks to the old ways of fucking Vulcan Viking metal, dude. And I really think that's a strong fucking pick with Finsterforce.
Dude, it's fucking beautiful band, dude. And they also incorporate a lot of brass, like
Yeah.
fucking trumpets and fucking tubas, like all kinds of shit in their fucking songs, and it works, dude. Fucking works. Like I'm looking at a song that's 21 fucking minutes long, you know. But like for me, I'm gonna listen to all 21 fucking minutes, especially if I'm like fucking running or I'm like fucking if I'm just going if I'm doing chores around the fucking house, dude, I'm putting this shit on because it's just fucking it just works, bro.
Yep.
And this I don't know, this fucking band, I don't think they're ever gonna get any type of fucking play anywhere. But they fucking need to, and they only have 5 albums, and
When was the last time they
it
put out an album?
their last album was actually fucking it's not even updated on here, but it was last year.
Really? They put out a record last year, huh?
Yep, it only had a 4, or I guess it's a fucking EP,
Oh,
but they only
okay.
had 4 songs, but the songs were like 12 minutes, so the album, the EP is like fucking 40 something minutes.
Hot damn.
So yeah, but yeah, brilliant fucking band. If you don't know them, you have to look them up, especially if you like folk metal. If you like folk metal, you're gonna fucking love these guys because they're so fun, so fucking
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, they are very underrated, criminally underrated band, especially for fucking Germany. And
Yes,
we were talking about how the oversaturation is coming from a country like Sweden. There's not much folk metal that comes out of Germany.
not a
You know what I
lot.
mean? I mean,
Nope,
are there bands? Of course there are. Are there as many as Sweden? No. So
no.
do yourself a favor and go check out Finsterforce and go flood their fucking YouTube channel as well, please.
Yep, 100%.
All right, before we move on to our top 2 picks, I think now is a good time to let you all know out there right now that if you are watching this podcast, if you are listening to this podcast, whether it's on Spotify, whether it's on YouTube, or you saw our links on X or Instagram, please do us a huge favor and like it, comment, share, far and wide everybody that you know, because we do appreciate your support. The last video that we just put out before this one was Cradle of Filth versus Demo Boyger, and who had the better debut album, and you guys are fucking crushing it so far on the YouTube side. Please keep it up, man. It's the highest viewed, the most commented video that we put out so far, and we do appreciate every single one of you out there who listens to this podcast, man. It means a lot to us. We're just two brothers over here trying to have fun, talking about some fucking heavy shit, dude, and we love you guys coming over here and joining us for the fun, man, and letting us know what you think in the comments below. So thank you all out there for doing what you do, and keep it coming because we enjoy reading all your comments for sure. Now, with that being said, our top 2, Willie, we've had a strong, strong list of bands so far. I
We
don't know
have.
where the fuck we can go from here, but we're going to attempt to keep the fucking party rolling. And my number 2 band, you cannot have a folk metal list without this band on it, in my opinion. Very fun band, dude. A band that you want to go drink with. And I am, of course, talking about the legendary Corpy fucking Clonny motherfuckers. Willie, you just recently saw them, brother. Corpy fucking Clonny, man. What a fun fucking band.
Fun band, dude. This was actually my favorite folk metal band growing up. This is the band that really solidified my love for folk metal.
Yep.
And I'm lucky enough to see them twice. I saw them once way fucking back in like 2013,
You see
and
my camera? You see what I'm doing to you right now? Did you know
and
how
then
many times I've seen them? Fucking zero, okay?
um, definitely a fun band. Definitely a band that uh kind of created folk metal of what we all think what folk metal is, right? Not they didn't start like a black and folk metal, right? They didn't start somewhere and kind of transform into folk metal. They have always been folk metals from the fucking start. And Nick, what we said earlier, earlier with bands that have a traditional, you know, style of their homeland and kind of grew from it. Corporate Clowning is another one. They had their
Yep.
own traditional sound in Finland, and they fucking incorporated all of their weird shit into a metal fucking sound, and it fucking worked, bro.
Isn't it funny how it's another band from Finland, just like Fintroll, that has that different sound to their
Yep,
metal fucking philosophy? You know what I'm saying?
yep,
And it's such a fucking it's a different take too. You got two folk metal bands from Finland, right? But with two different fucking sounds within the metal genre. You know what I
yep,
mean? And what an awesome fucking sound it is too, because you have like what fucking 8 members on the fucking band up on stage. You know what I mean?
right.
And they all play an intricate part in their fucking roles in the band. They all
Mm-hmm.
have their own unique sound, and they just bring it all together, dude. And I mean, songs like fucking Happy Little Boozer, dude, Vodka, fucking Wooden Pints, man. It's like you want to grab a wooden
Yep,
pint and just go out in the fucking trees, bro,
yep,
dance around naked and just get fucking lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is
dude.
fucking Corpy Clowny.
Exactly what you just said, man. They are the definition of folk metal. They talk about folk things. They talk about fucking weird shit. They talk about drinking. They talk about the forest. They talk about like all this weird shit, man. And that's what folk metal is. It's
Yep.
meant to be weird. It's meant to be fun. That's what this band is. They're fucking fun. And the only reason why I had them on my fucking um mentions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't put them on my list only because their last 5 albums I didn't really care for as much.
Mm-hmm.
They started to sound the same, and my list was more so what I go back to now and listen to. But if it was just for their first 7 albums, then yeah, they would be probably number fucking one.
Yeah, definitely, dude. This band is a fucking definition of like a fucking heavy metal hippies. You know what I mean? They're all in the
Yep,
woods, you know, they all got their fucking garb on. They're all like peace loving trees, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, kidding aside, dude, they are a fucking excellent band. Fucking, they go back to like 1996, dude, before they were even known as Corpy fucking Clowny. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
bro.
Like Shaman, and they had one other name too that escapes me, but
Yeah,
they go fucking way back, dude, and they're still continuing on to this day, dude. Still like having the folk metal flag raised high, dude. And
yep,
you can't say enough good things about Corpy Clowny, dude. They are strong number 2 on my list, man. I would have had them probably number 1, but we're gonna get to that in just a second. But Corpy fucking Clowny, dude, go flood their YouTube channel too. God damn it.
yep, yep. Yeah, man. There's not enough things. They're definitely like pioneers of folk metal because every time a folk metal tour comes to the states, they're always the headliner. Always.
Yep. Always.
Yep.
They had what was the name of that fucking tour that they would do every year in the States? It was like not like Troll Fest, but it was something like that. But they had like bands like them. It was Corpy Clowny. I think Tyr was on it a year, and some of those other bands too. But they
Yeah,
always have like this pagan type of festival that always comes over to the States,
they did.
and of course they never come to my neck of the woods.
Nope.
But Corpy Clowny is definitely a band that is on my fucking bucket list to see, and I hope to see them someday soon, man. But that's why they're number 2, man, because you can't listen to Corpy Clowny and be in a bad mood. You can't.
Nope.
It's impossible.
No. Yep. Yep. And I figured that you're gonna have them on your list. That's also a reason why I didn't want to put them on my list because, like you said, you can't make a list without Corpy.
Yeah, agreed. Just like I wanted to have Tier on mine too, but I knew that they would be on yours, so we
Yep.
just traded off there. That's all we did.
We
But
did.
yeah, Corpy
Yep.
fucking Clowny number 2.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, my number two, man, kind of playing off of your blackened style folk metal. My number two is Falkenbach, and I'm wearing a
Ooh,
shirt now.
spoilers.
This fucking band again is one fucking dude
Yep.
from Germany, which he lived in Iceland for a brief minute. This fucking dude is insane, but yeah, they started again in the 90s. Fucking 96 was their first album, bro. And they play so good with the fucking acoustics and the the blackened fucking riffs that come out of nowhere, dude. And it's just this one dude and has a fucking like mind of what he wants to put together, and it just fucking works, bro. And this is probably one of the two bands on this list that I go back like almost weekly and fucking listen to him because I don't know what it is. It just hits like my fucking soul of the style that he plays, but it just means a lot of what he does, and I can't put like a word on it. It's just brilliant, and if you don't know Falkenbach, you really fucking have to.
Yeah, I think out of all the bands that we've mentioned on our list so far, I think Falkenbach is definitely the one that is the most underrated, the most under well known, if that's even a word to put together,
Yep.
compared to some of the other bands on our list. I definitely fucking agree with you that it's a band that definitely needs more attention, more eyeballs, more eardrums put on that band, because when you talk about folk metal and the style, the Viking metal and the style that you think of, Falkenbach has to come to mind. And
Yep.
again, if you're a newcomer in the metal community right now, you're just getting your comeuppance, you're trying to find all these bands and whatnot, do yourself a favor and go check out Falkenbach, because you will not be disappointed. They are that fucking good. He is that good,
He is that good. And again, this is another band just like Finster Force that do not tour. He
which is
strictly makes
unfortunate.
music and puts it out.
It's like Dark Throne, dude. They never fucking tour. Ever
Nope.
fucking tour.
Nope. That's just what they like to do, man. They create something, put it out, and then they go back home. It's like
I know they
that's
go live
it.
in their fucking ice huts or some shit, dude. It's like polar,
Yep.
like not polar bears, but bears in general. They just go fucking hibernate.
Yep. But yeah, man. I mean, just to play on your picks earlier, just this black and folk metal style is very underrated, and like
Yes.
we fucking talked about it all, for like 30 minutes straight. Fucking this style needs to be known and needs to be kind of new, kind of brought to the surface now.
Mm-hmm.
And like Falkenbach's last album was in 2013, which has been a while now, and
Yeah, it's too long.
I don't know if he called it quits. I don't know if he's taking a break. I don't know what's going on with him, but he definitely needs to put out a new fucking album. It's been 12 fucking years, too
Yeah.
long.
There needs to be a fucking record company out there somewhere, whether it's a Napalm Records, a Season of Mist, a fucking Century Media, somebody. They need to pony up some money, man, and get these guys back in the studio and get these guys making new records again and getting it out there to this metal community now that I think is hungry for shit like this again. I think we're too um overly beaten over the heads with the overproduction of a lot of these fucking newer bands now, you know what I mean? And it's the
Yep.
same script, it's the same guitars that are just making noise. There's really nothing to them. Bring back this style of black and folk metal, dude, and I think you're going to awaken a new generation of fans that are hungry or wanting something like this. They just haven't discovered it yet, so let's bring it
Yes.
to the masses in a big fucking way, dude, and bring this shit back.
Yeah, man. And I think there's some core bands that should be a staple, should be like the Mount fucking Rushmore of it. And
Yep,
once you bring those bands to like the peak and for people to know, I think it could take the fuck off. And like you said, if there was a fucking label, a fucking channel, a fucking station, something that would promote it more, it would just be mainstream. It would.
I agree. I agree. Very solid pick, man, at number two, dude. That's a really good fucking pick. And I
Oh
think
yeah, bro.
the most underrated, or not underrated, but one of the most unheard of bands on our list would definitely be a fucking Falkenbach for sure.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
people out there definitely need to go out of the way. Just like Wintersorg. I think Wintersorg
Yep.
would be in that same list too.
Yeah.
Like whoever talks about Wintersorg, you know what I mean?
Nobody.
Whoever
Nope.
talks about Falkenbach, nobody, but
Yep.
they need to be talked about, they
They
need to be
do.
brought up in conversation. I think before we get into our number one pick, Willie, I think we should give our honorable mentions. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
I'll go first. I got two on my honorable mentions. I could have put a hell of a lot more. Technically, I have three because one of them may or may not be Viking folk metal, but fuck it, it's on my list anyway. But a lot of the bands that I had on my honorable mentions, you already said, Insafirum, Tier, fucking, all those bands. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna list those because we already just talked about them. But the first band I have on my honorable mentions, you remember fucking Heidevolk?
Yep. I do. That's on my mentions too.
Like, talk about a fucking criminally underrated band, dude, and talk about a
Yep.
vocal style too, in the same vein of Tear,
Oh
where it's not
yeah,
like that
dude.
growl. It's more of like that old calling back to their fucking
Yep.
pagan days. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I had Heidevolk on there, and the other band that I got on my list as well is, well, okay, second to last band on my honorable mentions list. Maybe two. This one's like, maybe it's not so much folk and Viking. Bullshit, it's Viking metal. I got fucking Enslaved on my honorable mentions list
Oh
as well.
shit. Okay.
You got to have Enslaved on this motherfucker. Yes, they're black
Okay.
metal, but they are also Viking metal too. Go look them up. Go listen to them. Go watch their videos and shit. If you don't know shit about Enslaved, do yourself a favor and do so. And then the other one
Damn.
that I have on my list too, of my honorable mentions, is Campfire. And
Okay.
the reason why I threw them on there, well, not I didn't put them on my list, is because they are more of like a black metal sound, maybe not your
Yeah.
traditional folk metal, but they definitely have Viking roots in that band as well. There's some,
Yeah,
different lore and visuals that will give you that distinction as well. So I gotta throw them some love in there too, because I mean, why not? Fuck it, it's my podcast. I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
right.
So Heidevolk, Enslaved, and Campfire, my honorable mentions.
Love it. Fucking brilliant. Yeah, I had Heidevolk as well. That Dutch fucking band, dude. That's another
That should be a T-shirt. That Dutch fucking band.
that yeah, they're definitely from a country that doesn't produce any type of folk metal either. I can't think of another band from the Netherlands that does folk metal. I can't.
No, not the top of my
No.
head, I can't. And we're probably gonna get pummeled in the comments, but that's okay.
That's fine. Fucking tell us.
Yeah, that's what they're here for.
But yeah, they were part of mine. I had a band called Northland.
Yep,
They're from Spain.
yep. You
España.
introduced me to them years ago.
Yeah, dude, they only had 2 albums and that's it.
It's a shame. They were really good.
They were really good. They're like a folk, more folk Insafirum sounding.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, they're so good. And unfortunately, I think they're one of those bands that didn't have the money to keep it going.
Right.
And their first 2 albums, of course, nobody knows about. So they didn't make any money off of it. And
You said they were
I
from
think
Spain?
from Spain, yep,
Funny how they're called Northland and they're a folk metal band from Spain.
from Spain, yep,
From fucking Spain.
yep.
Interesting. Spain.
But yeah, if you don't know fucking Northland, go on their fucking YouTube. I think they deactivated their Facebook and like everything because I think they kind of broke apart. But go on their fucking Spotify, blow it up, listen to them because if you love folk metal and you love fucking Instaferum, you're gonna love them for sure.
Yeah, if we can get everybody to go flood their shit, man, maybe it'll light a fire under their asses, and maybe some of these record
Yeah.
labels, these lame ass fucking record labels, will start taking a
Mhm.
fucking notice of some of these bands, dude, and pump some money in them and get them on fucking tour and get a new album made.
That would be lovely. And then, of course, I had Corpy, I had Fintroll on there, and my other one, my last one I'll talk about is a band from Northern Ireland called Waylander.
That one I don't know.
So Waylander is exactly what you would think it is. It's a Northern fucking Ireland folk metal band, and yes, they have bagpipes.
But is it
they're
as
all-
cheesy as Dropkick Murphys and the other
Nope.
ones?
Nope,
Okay.
they're way more black and folk metal
Okay.
mixed with like fucking bagpipes. They're if you don't know them, they've been around for a while too. Their first album was in 1998.
I mean, the name sounds familiar. I just can't put like a song to them.
Yeah, Waylander is definitely a Irish folklore band. They played off of a lot of Irish, fucking legends and shit, but they started out really with like a black metal sound and like a black metal riff, and the vocals were like a death black metal type.
Mm-hmm.
And their last album came out in 2019. But yeah, they only have 5 albums and they started in 1998. So
God damn.
yeah, they're definitely a band, like you said, nobody really knows. I found them about like 10 years ago. I was at the fucking gym and I was just going through like a fucking radio station and they just popped on the fucking shit. I was like, oh my fucking God, this is fucking amazing. And ever since then, I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why aren't they known? But
Hell yeah.
yeah, definitely needs to be heard.
Fucking A. So that wraps up your honorable mentions?
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. We are now to our number 1 on our Viking / folk metal top 5 list of mine and Willie's fandom here. My number 1, sir. I'm sorry, but you cannot have this list without putting the almighty, the legendary, the motherfucking badasses they are, Amon Amarth as your number 1. If you're going to do a Viking metal list and Amon Amarth is not number 1, you're fucking stupid. Now, before I get jumped on by all the goddamn purists out there who say they're a melodic death metal band, guess what? They are. But guess what? They're Vikings. And guess what? Their shit is fucking folk too. So they are a folk Viking fucking melodic death metal fucking band, okay? They are fucking amazing, dude. The fucking riffage in their songs, every goddamn album, dude, with the exception of like maybe the last 2-3 albums or so. But I mean, even with saying that, dude, like every fucking album is like a fucking groove track on the open fucking seas as you're going down the fucking water, dude, to go pillage another fucking village. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
Amon Amarth are the fucking pillars of Viking metal. Amon Amarth are the undisputed kings of Viking metal, in my opinion. And guess what? To everybody out there who knows Amon Amarth and who bashes him for being commercial, people wouldn't know Viking metal if it wasn't for Amon Amarth. I can tell you that right now. Okay.
No.
And a lot of people out there wouldn't be buying other bands' merchandise, albums, if it wasn't for Amon Amarth. They are the absolute legends when it comes to Viking metal. And if you haven't seen Amon Amarth live, do yourself a favor and go fucking see them because they will rip your fucking face off and smile at you as they take a fucking swig. Okay. They are incredible. I can't say enough about the drumming, especially due to the early to mid career of Amon Amarth. The guitar playing, the melodies, the fucking arrangements, the drumming, the vocals, it's all haunting, it's all beautiful, and it's all just so fucking incredible, dude. Amon
Yep.
Amarth, man. Legends and giants in Viking metal.
Oh boy, Nick. So I was gonna put them on my number one as well. Reason why I didn't. By the way, Amon Amarth is in my top three favorite bands of all time.
Nice, as they should be.
Um, yeah, easy. I didn't put them on there because they are melodic death metal, and I figured if we're gonna do a list of melodic death metal, they're gonna be my fucking number one. So spoilers if we ever do that. Um, but yeah, I mean they're Viking fucking metal through and through,
Yep.
and that's why I didn't put it on my list. I went more of the folk side of
Mm-hmm.
things than the Viking side of things. If it was just a pure Viking metal list, then of course number one would be Amon Amarth, easy. But yeah, I like you said, I couldn't say anything more. They're my top three favorite bands. And Nick, how would you feel about doing an Amon Amarth series?
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. You want to talk about us taking forever to do the Megadeth? Us
Yep,
doing the Amon Amarth would fucking take forever too. I'm in for it though.
I'm down. I think that would be a fucking blast.
Spoiler alert, too, not so much to the audience, but to you, because I was going to bring this up to you, but since you brought up the Amon Amarth to me, why don't we just
Mm-hmm.
spill the beans right here live on the air or
Oh,
recorded on the air? What would you say to a series of the legendary Children of Bodom?
I love that idea too.
Let's do it. Let's make it a series. What do you guys out there think?
Fuck
Drop us
yeah,
a comment. You want to see us a series too on fucking Amon Amarth and Children of Bodom? Because we're going to fucking do it regardless, but we would like your input too. But
yeah,
back to Amon Amarth, brother. Your opinion.
yeah. Brilliant fucking choice. I mean, Amar Marth. I think the commercial aspect that you said of them, if it wasn't for their last three, maybe four albums, they would not get that commercial aspect. I think the last two albums for sure is a lot more commercial, which I'm not the biggest fan on their last two albums. Because of that, they kind of went a very generic sounding sound. But that's just two albums. I mean, they started out in again 98, right? And they're fucking 98 throughout fucking 2013. I mean, the albums were just fucking hits. And in 16, the album in 2016, 2018, and 2022, more fucking commercial, like you said. But that's crazy that people actually think Amar Marth is fucking commercial because they're fucking earlier shit, dude. It's fucking
Yep.
raw, dude.
Yep. It was very raw fucking death metal, dude. Like
Yep.
it was fucking guttural shit. I remember watching a documentary. I don't even think it was like a professionally made documentary. I think it was like a fan made thing that was like made in like it was blown up on the underground. But
Yeah.
it had to do with death metal and like the bands at that time. And Amon and Mars were like maybe 2 albums deep into their career, and they were being interviewed, and they were saying how they could like they wouldn't eat on the tour. They had no money
Mm-hmm.
to fucking eat. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
they were just scrapping by, and here we are, fucking 25 years later, dude.
Yep.
And these guys are the fucking titans of fucking
Yep.
Viking metal, dude. Like it's incredible. And by the way, I will say that for everybody out there who knows about Amon Amarth or has heard of Amon Amarth or whatever the fuck, go and listen to their songs "Tattered Banners" and "Bloody Flags." I think that's a very underrated song. That it was like in the middle of their career that I don't think gets enough love, and I would love for them to play this fucking song live because this fucking song slaps. Just wanted to throw that out there, random.
Damn right. And we have been lucky enough to see them multiple times, and
Yep.
each time have just been a fucking banger, bro.
And I will go see them each and every single fucking time.
Yep. Yep. Easy. Good fucking pick. Solid number one. Easy fucking number
Easy
one
number
on
one.
easy number one on the Viking side. Brilliant fucking choice. And yes, we are going to do an MMR series.
Yep. I'm in. I'm down.
Oh, I guess that leads to my number one then, huh?
Yes, sir, Mr. Willie. The time has come for your number one.
All right, I guess my number one is again kind of a folk metal fucking titan of their own, and lucky enough to see them multiple times too. And that is from all the way from the a Switzerland band called Olivite.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
oh boy, we can talk for a long time about Olivite. They're just, if you don't know Olivite, then obviously you don't know folk metal. But again, their first album, 2006, kicked off with a fucking banger up to now, 2025, their last album. They put together a lot of Celtic sounding folk metal, which
Yep.
I fucking love. Um, I don't think any other band. Well, I mean, sorry, a lot of bands do use like a Celtic sound, but they master it. The
Yeah,
Celtic sound in this band, I don't with the flute, with all their different instruments, they have like fucking 40 instruments on stage that they
I
fucking
know.
swap out. It's so fucking good. But yeah,
I know.
easy fucking number pick. You have to pick them.
Speaking of instruments, that one chick on stage who plays that fucking thing where she like rotates the fucking handle in a circle. It's
The
like
her the hurdy gurdy.
hurdy gurdy. There you go. Like what the fuck is that? And how is that in a metal band? But they make it fucking work. You know what I'm saying?
Damn
I
right.
was lucky enough to see Olivati once, and that was actually as openers for Children of Bodom. And
Mm-hmm.
that was an amazing fucking show, an amazing time to see those guys live, and they fucking crushed it, man. They
Yep.
brought the energy, they brought the music. It made you want to pick up a sword and go fucking jump in the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Legendary fucking sound, dude. I couldn't agree with you more of everything that you said about Olivati. Just like Amon Amarth, I think they kind of got like that little sprinkle of commercial success on them. Especially after Enos Mona dropped,
Yeah.
everybody kind of gravitated towards them, which is not a knock to them. That's a great song. I love that
Mm-hmm.
song. It's one of my favorite Olivati songs.
Yep.
And they got a little bit of touch of that commercial success, and then people kind of looked at them in a different way. But you can't. I mean, they are undisputed fucking kings of their own fucking sound in their own area, and definitely a band that definitely needs more appreciation pushed their way.
Absolutely, dude. And I don't know what it is about them and the difference. It's kind of what we said with like Fintroll, how different their sound is. Olivati has the same sound. I think that's what really makes them stand out
Yep.
is their sound. And the front man, I forget his fucking name, but he's the mastermind of the entire fucking band, and he's brilliant at the concept albums that he makes too. It's
Yep.
like a journey. It's like a journey, and that's how folk metal should be.
Yeah.
And if you don't, just go and listen to all their fucking albums. You have to.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Olivite is a strong fucking number one pick. I have no problems having them as a number one pick, and I would love to see them hit the States one more time so I can get an opportunity to see them one more time. I would like to be greedy in that aspect, but I couldn't agree with you more, dude. They definitely put their stamp on their sound of folk metal, and they do it in such a way that it makes perfect sense, but it blends all the different sounds that all these different musicians bring to the band, and they just meld it into one fucking sound, dude. And it's in fucking incredible, dude. Solid number one.
Absolutely, man. We had a great fucking list.
This was a banger of a fucking list. I dare anybody out there to come up with a list that's more diverse than ours, dude. Like we picked
Mm-hmm.
10 different bands,
Yep.
but were titans in their own right in their respective genres, dude.
Exactly. And I think this is a very much more diverse top list than our thrash metal.
I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. This was definitely, like we said at the top of the show, this was a harder list than we've had to put together in the past. And I think for good reason too, because like we said, there's so many good bands out there. How can you narrow it down to a top five? But
Yep.
the same token too, I think we did a very good, solid fucking list.
We did.
100%.
We did. Fucking brilliant, man. This is fun.
I agree. And we got plenty more coming on the pipeline, folks. I haven't talked to Willie about this one. I'm going to tell him when we get off air, but I think we might have a big, big show. as far as debut albums go
Uh-oh,
versus each
another
other that
debut.
we probably will do in the very coming future that I am very so much looking forward to. But
Cool.
let us know, man, in the comments, YouTube, Spotify. What's up, guys? What do you think of the show? What do you think of our top five? What do you think of the 10 bands that we put out on this list of the top five vocal Viking and folk metal bands on our list? I think it's a very solid list, a very strong list on both sides, myself and Willie. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments, man. And we appreciate all your support out there. What you say, Willie?
Absolutely. And just to remind everyone, this is now Riffs Reloaded.
Yes, sir.
Talk about all things heavy metal, hard rock, and everything in between. So if you like heavy metal content, Riffs Reloaded is your spot to be.
Yes, sir. And let us know, man. We want the hard, we want the heavy, we want the classic rock, dude. Hair metal, glam rock. Fuck it. We could talk about it all here on this podcast, dude. Why not? So,
Yep.
fucking any suggestions, any content you want to see created coming up in the pipeline on this show, please feel free to drop us a fucking comment and let us know, man, because we're doing this podcast for the metal community, man, because the metal community is strong, it's thriving, and we want to see it succeed and we want to see it grow. Same thing with this channel, man. I'm having a fucking blast doing this show, Willie. We have a lot more topics that we can cover, and this is just the tip of the iceberg on this one, brother.
Absolutely. Can't wait for more.
Yes, sir. So until then, folks, I think we've said enough. This is our top 5 Viking folk metal list, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Drop us a like, comment below, and next time, we'll see you down the road.
Peace out.